Hello guys, welcome back to another video. I just want to clarify in this video that I truly sad about what happened and truly sad about what happened about the passing of Charlie Kirk. I'm right now I'm visibly shaking and to my core, and I'm crying for a man that I don't know at all. I don't know his life. He passed away and left two kids and a wife. I know how sad it can be and how difficult it can be. I'm sorry. I'm sorry this has happened. My condolences to the wife and kids. I hope it gets better. It will get better. It will get better. Sorry for being this emotional at the start of the video, but I just wanted to say some words and hopefully is seated with God and was seated beside God. But first, let's check this video out. Let's dive into this.
All right, we have some horrific breaking news. Charlie Kirk has officially been pronounced dead after being shot at Utah Valley University during a debate event that he was hosting. Now, this has been confirmed by the network that hosts his show, Real America's Voice. They say Charlie Kirk has passed, while multiple commentators that work with Kirk explain what happened, and there are pictures of him, his wife, and his two children.
Here's the thing. The way this is framed, this immediately leans into the tragedy while quietly elevating Kirk as a martyr for dialogue. But let's not kid ourselves. Kirk wasn't just debating ideas. Wasn't just debating ideas. He was building a career out of stoking division. And a few moments he was killed. That doesn't justify violence, but it does show how fake the media is. When the media solely pretends it was just an innocent defender of free speech. That is hypocrisy right out of the gate. Kirk was debating a group of leftists and he was killed as a result of that. This shows when you try and debate against leftists, if they have no opinion or nothing to say, they resort to violence. And the ban of guns must be put into effect, because this was into question. Why was there a gun? Why was there a gun in a high school or in a university place of establishment? This has to be talked thoroughly.
Now, there are a lot of things that I want to say throughout this video as I find this horrific, but I just want to start here. When I think of America and I think of what we've been building on this channel, I think of a country that is built for debate and dialogue and disagreements. But nowhere in that is it built for violence in any regard. Violence not only takes this country back, but violence could act as a catalyst for more and more violence. And that is not a chain reaction that you want to trigger. On top of that, 3 months ago, multiple Minnesota Congress members, 2 Democrats, were assassinated in their homes. This news cycle only lasted a day or two, but a few months later, we see more and more horrific violence that is breaking out, meaning the direction this country is going is not only concerning, but it is dangerous. Now, I want to break some news on this show. I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about this, but in 2 weeks, I was supposed to debate Charlie Kirk. I was supposed to do an event, and we were going to face off with discussion, with ideas. I've been spending the past few days prepping ideas because that's what I think America should be about. I'm only 22 years old, but when I think about the America that I want when I'm 60 or 70, I think of an America where the exchange of ideas is prevalent. The exchange of ideas is necessary. And I disagreed with Charlie Kirk on a lot of his views, but one thing that I think I agreed with him on was the fact that America is meant for debates. I actually respect what Charlie Kirk had built up throughout his life and what he had built through just debating people. That's something that I do on a daily basis, as an exchange of ideas. So the point that I'm trying to make is, when a simple exchange of ideas then turns into political violence, the country is in a very, very dangerous spot. Now, the response from Democrats has been mature, as it should be. Governor Gavin Newsom immediately said, "The attack on Charlie Kirk is disgusting, vile, and reprehensible. In the United States of America, we must reject political violence in every form." And someone in response said, "Glad to see this response from the Democrats. It's appropriate and decent."
Let's call it what it is. Democrats scored points here by looking mature. But don't think for a second that it's pure. It's fake. Newsom condemns this violence. But where was that maturity when Republican figures were targeted before? Meanwhile, Trump blasting Pelosi attack, while now canonizing Kirk as a legend, shows the double standards in real time. When it's your guy, it's a tragedy. But when it's the other side, it's a punchline. And that is the raw political hypocrisy of the media and Trump.
I want to remind everyone that Trump mocked Paul Pelosi, who was nearly killed by a deranged conspiracy theorist. Trump mocked him publicly at the RNC after surviving the assassination attempt. And this is not a competition of violence. But I'm just saying the acceleration of political violence in this country, whether it's the Trump assassination attempt, that kid who was a Republican, or whether it's the 2 Minnesota lawmakers that were shot by some random whack job, or whether it's Charlie Kirk, none of this is sustainable. This acceleration is dangerous, and coupled with the lessening of social cohesion on social media is leading us down a dangerous, dark path. Now, I'm not placing any specific blame here, but when we have actors like Elon Musk or foreign entities trying to create more and more inflammatory rhetoric online, it's not good. Just last week, the president posted an AI image of my hometown of Chicago. Well, I grew up in Indiana, but where the studio is located, this is where we work in Chicago. He posted a photo of it at war with the U.S. military. This acceleration of violence, not only online, but in person, needs to stop. And this photo right here, just to show the update, this photo right here is taken at Low C Center. University spokesperson said the shooter fired shots from this building, and the site of the Charlie Kirk event was over here. So this would be multiple hundred feet, but this is not entirely confirmed. Moments ago, we learned that the person who was believed to be the shooter was not actually the shooter. So there was a video of an older white man being taken into custody, and he was screaming. This went viral, and everyone said, that must be him. But no, it was not him, according to reports, and he was screaming because he was like, it's not me. It's not the person who did this. Donald Trump has officially confirmed that Charlie Kirk is dead.
This showed the real danger. Misinformation spreading faster than facts. People instantly pin it on some random old man. He's screaming, "It is not me." And yet, the internet has already convicted him. This is the environment Kirk himself helped fill, where political chaos and blame games run ahead of the truth. That is the monster society is built upon and social media is built upon. And both sides used it. I'm sorry, but no one deserves to be killed. No one deserves to be killed horribly like what happened to him. Whether you like him or whether you don't, deserves to be killed over giving an opinion of a question you asked or answering an opinion. We live in a society today that you can be killed for giving your opinion. This is very, very, very disturbing. This is very, very dangerous.
He said, an hour ago, we must all pray for Charlie Kirk, who has been shot, a great guy from top to bottom, God bless him. And he just updated this 3 minutes ago. At the time I'm recording this video, it's very fresh. He said, the great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understood or had the heart of the youth in all the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me, and now he is no longer with us. Melania and my sympathies go out to his beautiful wife, Erica, and family. Charlie, we love you. And remember, he had 2 children. We can disagree with Charlie Kirk all we want, but this is not the direction we want America to go in. Because once political violence starts against people we dislike, that means political violence can happen against people that we like the Minnesota lawmakers. I want to say again that I find this horrific. And of course, my sympathies go out to Charlie Kirk's family as well. And part of the reason I was so shaken when I saw this was not only because I was slated to talk to Charlie Kirk in a few weeks with a place that had minimal security, it wasn't even about that. It wasn't even about me or anything. It's just about the state of political commentary in the United States and the danger that people are now in. Not just commentators, but politicians. Anybody who engages in what is supposed to be a democratic discourse is now in danger. People who want to comment on politics, which is supposed to be what America is for, are now in danger. Only in third world countries or crumbling countries are people too scared to talk politics because they're afraid of getting shot. And that is the environment that Charlie Kirk shooting will create. People will be too scared to talk politics or give their opinion. That is never something that we want. Now,
And this is the art of it. Political violence kills debate. But don't let this media spin it like both sides are equal victims. The right has long glorified fighting as a part of politics. Now, it backfires. They play the victim card. Meanwhile, the left pretend they are saints for condemning it. But the truth, both sides feed the machine, and ordinary Americans are the one left in danger.
I do want to talk about the backlash as well. Of course, right-wingers get pissed off when we talk about the backlash, but inevitably, over the next week, there will be news cycles where people are targeted on the left, people are blamed, and we just need to make sure that we are responsible, classy, and understand that after the Minnesota lawmakers were shot, all we wanted was responsible rhetoric. In the same regard, responsible rhetoric is necessary. Now, I want to reiterate one more time, the shooter is not in custody. The police have determined that a person who was taken into custody after the shooting was not actually the shooter, according to Scott Trotter, a university spokesman. The university had earlier said a suspect was in custody, and videos online showed an older man being detained by police officers, but this man did not commit the shooting. So, one of my family members who is super, super liberal, does not like any of the right-wing sphere, he just said, debating is one thing, but committing violence is not what America is meant for. And that's how I open this video. I think that is how all Americans should feel. And my other worry is that as I scroll through the Donald Trump comment section, the top reply says, fuck the media, fuck the Democrats, they did this. Who's they? Someone said, time to take the gloves off. Against who? We don't know who did this yet. And even if we were reasonably going to say that it was someone who was more on the left, everybody should condemn this. This is absolutely awful, and America is no place for violence. The news cycle on this is going to continue, and we are going to continue covering this day by day, and we are going to maintain a responsible viewpoint because, listen, in America, we solve disagreement through argument and through debate. It has been like that since the inception of America. And I get that politics are life or death in the sense that, policies affect who lives and who dies, and we want to minimize the deaths of the most vulnerable communities. But that doesn't mean that debates should have life or death stakes when Charlie Kirk is trying to go and do his, whatever MAGA event that I totally disagree with, but we never want to escalate that cycle of violence. This is absolutely despicable. I was honestly incredibly shaken when I saw the news. I decided to sit back and just not cover it for a bit and wait for things to play out. My call to action to everybody would be to, number one, hug your loved ones. Number two, just condemn violence. Do not escalate this cycle of violence because it puts people in danger that you may care about. It puts people in danger that you agree with. And leaders, the media, citizens alike need to return to a different form of politics. It's disgusting. My phone is blowing up and I'm a bit shaken.
Well, here's my final take. This script tries to strike a tone of we all need to come together, but it is wrapped in bias, selective memory, and political spin. Charlie Kirk's death is horrific. Yes, but the real story is that American leaders only care about violence when it suits them. Trump glorifies Kirk as a hero, but Democrat posture as protectors of civility, and both sides ignore how they have poured gasoline on this fire for years. At the end of the day, this isn't about one man dying. It's about the cycle of political violence keep escalating while elites play their games. That is the raw truth. Once again, rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.
I likely won't make videos for the rest of the day. I'm probably just going to go visit my parents or watch a movie. This is not good. None of this is good. And I fully hope that we can stabilize from here. Thank you all.